all of season 3. So we knew exactly where all the characters were going. We answered all the questions, well, pretty much all the questions. And we had a really great way of tying it all up to really set the stage for more adventures of Todd and the gang. So because we're still hoping to do somewhat like of a wrap-up, hopefully as a TV movie, if not a TV movie, then an animated series, if not an animated series, and maybe an online webcomic. Eventually that story will all get out. But a few of the highlights that we had an episode called Man Cat, about a man cat. That had a lot of really great PETA kind of stuff in there, which is really great. We had a House of Wax episode that was really fantastic.
Well, that was my favorite thing when we were in the writing room and Charles said, you guys were saying, yeah, they go on a field trip, and Charles Pico just automatically, he's like, yeah, to a wax museum. Like, it just makes sense.
Yeah, totally. Because Charles always went on wax museum adventures when he was in high school. What were the other ideas? We had a suicide counseling episode. We were like, we have to do a suicide episode, which was going to be really, it was really funny. Like, it really was.
It was the art class episode.
Yeah, that was your baby.
I know Curtis was really talented in art.
Yeah, that was so
Which is true, because Bill designed his own shirts in season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were going to really, like, flesh that out.
This shirt, I'll show you later.
So, I mean, we're keeping the dream alive, and we're still really working hard at it, but we really still need, fan momentum, so please keep writing letters to space. There's a rally going on after the panel today. Just get the word out there, get people watching the show, and we'll wrap up the story for you. And I think we're open to questions.
Also for fans, while we ask questions, we can put up some of our fan art, because we really appreciate that everyone takes a look at it. And just everything that the fans are doing, we want to wrap this up for you just as much as us. So you can ask questions now. I'll just keep scrolling through some of your fan art.
And please ask story questions too, because I'll try to answer them as best as I can without ruining our chances of third season. How do we do this? Because we have a microphone here. So how about anybody who has questions just kind of line up to the microphone, and then we'll just kind of take it from there.
Can I ask a question?
Do you want to line up with me? Okay. No, you got
Chris, did he think of the "Which Is What I Am" line?
No, that was actually Charles. I believe it was Charles who really got the "Which Is What I Am."
Yeah, but that's the time in the first time he's sitting down on the desk in that early thing is when he nailed it. Like,
yeah,
he never really say it before.
Yeah, and that first scene from the pilot where they were in the other Atticus's office, that was the very, very first scene we shot for the entire series. So everybody was still trying to figure out who they were, what their characters were, and you can see in a lot of the takes that we're just cutting around Alex laughing. Like he's just about to cry.
I thought Chris wrote it because it was so unique and so natural. And then he repeated it again. But I think he wrote I'm a gang member.
Yeah, he came up with I'm a gang member, and he really brought life to the character too. And you can also see too, like, we were trying to figure out Atticus's wardrobe. I mean, in the first Satanic Sanctum scene that we had there, I mean, he's wearing a red sweater. It's not a sweater vest. It wasn't until after watching the pilot we were just like, I think Chris was like, it should just be sweater vests. Okay, we've got only 5 to 10 minutes for questions. Can I come back?
You already had your question. Go back at home.
Do you have my voice is in the shot? Do you have internet on that?
No.
Because I did something for school where we had to take a television show, a movie or something, and essentially recut a trailer to show the opposite of what it was.
Oh, cool. Like Shine. Yeah.
So what I took was Todd in the Book of Period, and I always saw it as like a horror comedy sort of thing. So I took it and turned it into a heavy metal sort of like horror.
Great.
I wanted to show you guys, but I completely forgot, and I was hoping that at dinner there.
No, but make sure send it to the Facebook page, and we'll put it up on the Facebook page for people.
Yes, that really. And who is the guy? Okay, you guys remind me of the cheerleader. Who came up with all the insults that Jenny says?
I did.
So like,
Just magician.
Boner poison.
Boner poison.
Boner poison wasn't me. Boner poison was Adam Reed, I think. And actually, Dick Minton was Adam Reed.
But I do, you do have claim on Jizz Magician.
Jizz Magician was me.
Just
Mom and Dad.
One final thing. Do you guys remember Krista and Carissa, the twins?
Absolutely.
I went to school with them.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, they were fantastic, and it was really tough to cast that episode because trying to find twins who could really pull it off. And then the minute they did their auditions, we were like, okay, well.